Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Kate Key. Today we have Hayley Nystrom, a guest author with us. Just to give you a short introduction about Hayley, Hayley has been writing for a long time as well. She is a puppeteer and she's an actress as well. So she is a multi-talented author, I would say. So let's meet Hayley. Welcome, Hayley. Thank you for joining us today. And I am glad for this opportunity. How did you start with your writing journey and how are you doing so far? And I've seen that you have released your four books so far
Mhm.
on the four seasons. So tell us more about that.
Okay. So I love telling this story because I think it's really interesting. It's a little long, but I'll shorten it down. But this is how I got into publishing. And I think it's a great example of you doing you and staying friends with everybody. Very
Right.
important.
Right.
Also work as an actress. That's what I've been doing the longest. So when I was a teenager, I was doing children's theater with this theater in Pennsylvania called Imagination Children's Theater. And it
Wow.
was run by this woman, Jody Stapler. And Jody and I got along. We stayed friends. We stayed in touch even after I went off to college. Eventually became Facebook friends. And Jody started her own book publishing company called Willow Moon Publishing. And years go by, la la la. I start getting into puppetry and I start getting into writing and writing for my puppetry and things like that. And Jody, 2 years ago, reaches out to me on Facebook saying, "Hey, I've noticed that you've been getting into writing. I'm actually working on a Christmas book right now, and I was looking for an illustrator. I found this illustrator. Her style doesn't work for my book, but I really like her style. Would you be interested in writing a book to go along with her art style?" And I
Wow.
was like, "Ooh, that's an interesting
Yeah,
challenge."
certainly. Yeah.
So yeah, so she sent me this beautiful piece. It was these little like elf, but they had wings like fairies, just frolicking in the snow. And I was like, okay, well, what does this say to me? And Jody was like, it doesn't have to be a Christmas book. Like, I'm half Catholic, half Jewish. If you want to do like a Christmas Hanukkah thing, like whatever it says to you. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, is it Christmas, Hanukkah? Maybe it could be a celebration of all the winter holidays. And eventually I land on what about just a celebration of winter, including the
Right.
holidays? So
Right.
I write The Fairies of Frost, which is just that, a celebration of winter. And Jody liked it, approved it. And then I'm like, hey, well, let's do all the seasons. And
Amazing.
so the magic of the seasons is born. And
Fantastic.
that's how I got into publishing.
Wow. Amazing. So how's the journey so far?
It's been wild. Um, Definitely the biggest lesson that I've learned, everyone says it, and it's true, is once you become a writer, you spend the least amount of time writing
I know
and
exactly.
yeah, a lot of time publishing or a lot of time marketing and like
Right.
doing the business end.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So how are you doing in terms of sales? I understand that you have a publishing company backing you on your behind the curtains. They are working on marketing, but how are you doing in terms of sales and how difficult was
Oh gosh. Sales are pretty good.
Nice.
They've been the first book came out last Christmas. So we're coming up on the year anniversary. So all the books have been coming out this past year. So they're all still pretty new. But yeah, sales have been pretty good. It's yeah, mostly been marketing through social media, a lot of social media.
Okay, okay, sounds good. So what are your future projects?
Ooh, okay. I'm actually working on two at the moment. One is hopefully going to be another winter uh,
Okay.
centric book, just because that's what's on my mind right now. And the other one is actually a super secret project that I'm not really supposed to talk about very much yet, but I'm very excited about it. That's all I can
Okay,
really
sounds amazing.
say.
Sounds amazing.
Um, I would say one of the best things about especially children's books is you can write about whatever you want.
Right.
So it can be people, it can be animals, it can be about talking spoons, like anything that
Yeah.
pops into your head, it can be a children's book. I mean, it can be any book, but I feel like kids' books, you get a lot more leeway.
Right.
So if you've got a story in your heart, I would say try writing it as a children's book. It's a lot shorter. The time commitment isn't as much as like a
Right.
full novel, and it might just be how it's supposed to be told.
Yeah, certainly. Like kids have such a wild imagination power. They can relate to anything and anybody, right? So it's just matter of how we put it for in front of them, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Haley, thank you for joining us today. And I'm glad for this opportunity. And